Hello. If you are watching this video, you most certainly are aware of UG Krishnamurti. Is also famously known as the spiritual terrorist or the anti-guru. He nearly bashed almost every other guru that existed on this planet, and he gave a lot of interesting insights on the topic of enlightenment and mind and everything. So he went through a state. He went through an experience called calamity. It was, from his point of view, it was an intensely painful experience, an experience that no one should really wish for. So after going through this intense spiritual painful experience, he arrived at a state called, and that's what he called as a natural state. At least that's what he said, as per his own version of what happened to him. So what exactly is this natural state? Is it something special, or is it something unique, or is it something that we are all in, or is it something that we arrive at some point? What exactly is this natural state? So let's try to demystify it. Let's try to deconstruct what exactly is that. So what he thought was actually, when he said he went through a calamity experience, he thought like he underwent some changes, and he called these changes as mutations. But the biological or the dictionary definition of, or the genetically, a mutation is something that happens inside your DNA, in your genes, and it might have a profound effect on you physiologically. So that's what he at least believed that. And so after this calamity experience and after this mutations, that's what he said, he arrived this naturally calm or intensely blissful, peaceful, or just a state of relaxed state. That's natural state. That's what he said. So the thing is, these mutations, he famously said that he underwent these mutations, and that's what has gotten him into this natural state. I think that's not really what has happened, because right now we are all in a state, right now, physiologically and biologically I'm in a state. And what kind of state am I in? Like, is it an unnatural state? How can I be in a natural state? What does it mean to be in a natural state, and what does it mean to be in the opposite of it? Like, what does it mean if someone says that you're not in a natural state? How does it feel, So what exactly happened to him is, he was intensely seeking, right? But he was very desperately seeking. He was so frustrated about all his seeking, and then one day something just occurred to him that he's already in the state of that existence, and he felt like he doesn't have to seek anymore. What is that he's really seeking? So that question actually did something in him, and maybe it happened instantly, or maybe it happened over a period of time. Then he ultimately understood that there is nothing to seek. So the whole game of spiritual seeking, the game itself is its own mind delusion, like in search of something special, in search of something unique that has dropped from his mind, psyche, or physiology, and then he arrived at a point that he doesn't really have to seek anymore, and that loosened him up a bit, because all the moment you're trying to arrive at some point, your body, your mind, and you're looking at a destination, a goal, at some point in the future, and one day it occurs to you that you don't really have to seek anymore, and that would come as a great news for you, because then you're suddenly free from the idea of seeking. You suddenly have released yourself from the idea of seeking, or from seeking itself, and that's definitely is a good news, and that would bring you instant relief, because you can just now sleep. You don't have to meditate anymore. You don't have to go to another guru. You don't have to go to another satsang. You don't have to read another scripture. You don't have to do all of these things, because you finally understand that there's nothing else to do for you. So that state he translated it as, for us to understand, as the natural state. But what exactly really happened is, This natural state is not something unique. This is not something you arrive through a series of mutations or through epigenetics or something happens in your cells. No. I don't think that's really happened. That because we are already going to this intense blissful state every night, and we call it sleep. So let's say Upanishads and everything says Satchit Ananda. Ananda is the deep and blissful state, and we describe sleep as the blissful state. So even in Upanishads also they say it as a Turiya state, you something that you experience in your sleep when you're intensely relaxed. So every being, whether it be a human being or an animal or some other thing, if they're going to sleep, if they're going into the sleep, what really is happening is like the body ultimately relaxes to a point of freedom. Like there is no mind. When you're in a wakeful state, our mind is trying to control our body. The mind is trying to, the body consciousness is there, and then it is always in a state of agitation, right? So, and when what's really happening in the sleep is like your mind slowly retreats. Anyway, I'm just putting it, trying to explain it in a linear sort of fashion. Just trying to put words. So just trying to explain it, but maybe this is not exactly the way to put it. But just for our human understanding, let's talk in those terms. Let's say the mind consciousness is retrieving slowly from the body. I'm not saying that you'll completely be in a comatose state, like you will not be aware of anything that's happening around it. No, that's not going to happen. But the thing is, the grip, the stranglehold of the mind on the body is intensely loosened or retreated from the body when you're going into the sleep, and that's why your sleep is so blissful, because there will be an intense relaxation inside your body, muscularly and neuromuscularly, and that creates this effect of deep and heavy or intense blissfulness inside our bodies and inside the physiology. And when we come out of the sleep, we'll say, "Oh, I had a great sleep." So that's exactly what that's what exactly is happening to every other living form, not just me, not just you, even including dogs, cats, other animals, owls, bats, whatever it is. Whenever they sleep, we're all going into the intense state of bliss, intense state of relaxation, and that's happening physiologically, because our body is just deeply relaxed. Even that's something that happens to all of us in meditation. That's the point, right? You're just focusing on one thing, and the mind slowly recedes itself from the surroundings, and then it becomes single pointedness. It arrives at single pointedness, and then there will be just awareness, and then the body consciousness will be there, and it's not so much there, and then that's how you feel. Oh, it's so good, it's so blissful. That's what is a natural state. So this is something I'm not saying that you specifically go into a natural state only during your sleep. What I'm saying is this natural state is something that all of us feel specifically. We feel it so much during, we feel it especially, we experience it as a unique experience, especially during our sleep, because that's when we are intensely relaxed, we are thoroughly relaxed, we are completely relaxed. So that's what he means by the natural state. Is this something unique to him? No, it's something. It's already an experience for all of us. But during the wakeful times, during the wakeful reality, when our mind is like totally focused on a body, or when you're seeking, especially like when there is confusion inside your body, then obviously you'll manifest this restlessness. But when you're relaxed, you're at bliss. That's what he's trying to say as a natural state. But that's just something that happens to you inside your body, muscle wise or relaxation wise, or so all his life UG was like this, trying to seek something. His body was intensely manifesting this restlessness, and then one day he went through this calamity experience, whatever he thought he was going through, and then he understood that there's nothing more to seek, and then its body understood and it just relaxed. That's exactly what happened. But that is not special, that is not something unique, that's everything that is common to you, every one of us. So it is not exactly a very dramatic or something that happened to him alone. So the first question, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because yeah, if you're relaxed, that's what he means by natural state. But if I ask me, you're already in natural state, we are already in our natural state, because what other state could you be in? Is there another state than you to be? No, this is the only state we could be in. So that's one thing. So but he didn't really elaborate on this topic, in the sense that when he's sleeping, what happens to his natural state? He never questioned that. He never really tried to talk about it. So that's why I think it's an important question. Why? Because if you're a natural state, if you think you're a natural state, what happens? What is exactly happening to you in your natural state? I mean, the question that you could ask to UG, and then what would he say? So yeah, there's nothing to say about your state when you're not there in your sleep. So it's all the same for all of us. So it's not really different state. That's what I want to say. And when he said about natural state, he tried to maintain that it's completely physiological or biological. But that is also not the case, because when you're saying that such a state like natural state exists, you're actually, I mean, UG is actually comparing his state to a previous state. So there is this mental labeling of some state happening. For example, the body, he said it's a completely thing that happens inside our body, but the body doesn't say anything about its state. It's you who you are labeling it and giving it a name and calling it something and identifying it, recognizing it, knowing it. You are the one who is aware of this change. So when UG says he's in a natural state, what he's exactly doing is he's comparing his life, his physiology from a previous state, like when he was an intent seeker, when he was struggling, when he was frustrated, he was seeking, when he was not finding any answers, when he was so disappointed with all the other systems, gurus, knowledge systems, scriptures, everything, and then he's comparing that to this state where he's just relaxed. That's why he's able to say it as a natural state, right? Otherwise the body has no idea it's in a different state. When you're angry, it's just angry, but the body doesn't care about which state it is in. The body doesn't have a mental narrative going on inside it, like, okay, I'm in a state of agitation, I'm in a state of calmness, I'm in a natural state, I'm in a natural state, I'm in that XYZ state. Your body will not make any claims, your body will not make any statements, your body will not make any kind of talks or judgments or what is it? It doesn't claim anything. So it's you, the mental memory, the memory that is comparing your previous state to this present state of relaxation or the calmness. That's what is saying that you are the natural. Otherwise, no one. I mean, your body is not interested. Your body is not even interested in what state is it. Right? Your body doesn't have a say in this. So when he's saying that it's completely physiological, it doesn't make sense, because it's both. Because when you're in deep sleep, when you're in deep sleep, you're already in supernatural state in the sense that you're intensely relaxed, but no one is there to claim that state. No one is there to maintain or to name it so and so. So when you're coming out of it, and then what exactly is working? Your memory is working. You're constantly comparing yourself. You're talking from the past. You're talking about something that happened to you, and that memory is ingrained in you. Okay, I used to be this person, this seeker, this UG Krishnamurti, and one day something happened to me, and then I stumbled onto this state, natural state. This is all a mental narrative. I mean, this is just a single thought that's a predominantly, that's what has occupied his mind, and that's what is acting all the time, and someone comes to him and is talking about it, means that's the comparison that's going to happen. Without this thought, without this memory comparison, I mean, I'm not saying he's do it consciously. It's just there inside as a single thought, like just a memory. Like, okay, I am someone who stumbled into the state. All the past is in this single thought. And when he's saying about it, when you're talking about it, all the past is there. That comparison is there. That identity of someone stumbling into some kind of special thing is there. The idea of someone that I am in the natural state. The idea that someone else is not there is there. So everything is there, and it's just one single. In that moment, it's continuing. This memory itself is continuing, because the memory is the one that is interested in what kind of state you are in. The body is never interested in. My hand, 5 fingers, none of these fingers are interested in natural state. It's just, they're so calm, they're just silent. The body itself is silent. My mind, I mean, even when I'm talking, even my mouth is actually silent. No, it's just producing the sound, but it doesn't know that it's producing the sound. So the awareness, I don't know, awareness itself is, it just knows. It's just the see. So the eyes are not seeing, right? So, I mean, in that sense, yeah. So this awareness, I want to talk about it. Like, the 2 points are there. The first thing is, it's not really special, and it's not so unique. It's not something that happens to you because you got some mutations inside you, or you underwent some transformative mutation inside your body. No, I don't think that happened. What happened is just your body finally, your mind finally relaxed from your body. Mind is trying to control this through the body consciousness, and once it understands it, I don't really have to do anything, and then frustration has left the system, and everything is like just relaxed. That's what is the natural state. And the second thing is, to be in a natural state, to think that you're in a natural state, your mind has to be active. There should be a mental nourishment. There should be a thought. There should be the continuity of the memory. There should be constant comparison of who you are now and who you were used to be in the past. Because, yeah, like I said, none of this is interested in natural state. Only the mind is interested in. So, yeah, I don't think, I don't know why he made a big deal out of it. Like, he even said, like, even Ramana Maharshi didn't enter into this state. He stopped at some point and all that kind of bullshit. But that is, this bastard especially did this kind of, I don't know, it's like he denied everyone and he claimed himself that he's in some kind of special state. I think that is the biggest bullshit that he sold to all this, to his disciples or whatever. And he convinced them that, really convinced them that he this special thing has happened to him alone. But no, my dear brother, everyone is in natural state. And another thing is, like, when you're really in that non-dual state of existence, there is no other state for others to be in. Like, it's like it's just one thing for you. You and everything exists as one thing for you. So you can't even claim that other people's are natural state or natural state. So it's just the thought, it believes at some point, okay, this is it. That constant comparison has to be there, otherwise, the memory is working out. And so, yeah, those 2 things I just wanted to highlight. That your body is not interested in whatever state you're in. Your body has no understanding of what's going on. Your body is just either agitated or calm or relaxed or peaceful, and it's you who is thinking that something is there, something is not there, and something is good, something is bad, something is natural, something is unnatural. All these are our definitions, our thoughts, our memories, and that's what, yeah,